Hi, I'm Elaine Harding. Welcome to my blog .stampwithelaine.com. Today is the last call for getting your hands on the Happiness Surround stamp set and the Snow is Glistening stamp set. This will not be available after the 30th of November. Also, the Snowfall Thinlits dies will no longer be available. This is an enormous set of snowflakes, the likes of which you've never seen before. It's got a large snowflake, leaves, flowers. This is a whole flower, and that's a more refined flower. And this is what it looks like when it's cut out. So way beyond Christmas, these elements can be used. This element can be used. You can use that as a doily. I think it's a lovely investment to have, and I'm so glad I've got mine. There are lots of different sentiments on this, which is suitable for all year round. There's a congratulations one, here's to new beginnings, sending positive thoughts, it's your day, hello friend, and surround yourself with happiness. So today's card is this one, made with the happiness surrounds. And we're going to make it in a different colourway. This is soft sea foam with smoky slate, and that's silver foil on there. But we're going to make ours in smoky slate and blushing bride. So you need your card base, which will be 4 1/8 by 11 3/4 inches. Metric, that will be 10.5 by 29.8. You score at 5 7/8 and then fold it in half. In metric, that will be 14.85. Then you need scraps of blushing bride and a scrap of smoky slate. Whisper white velveteen sheets. This is all I've got left. You won't be able to see it on camera, but you can touch it, and there's a sort of fluffy type texture to it. It's flocked. And I've put a multi-purpose adhesive sheet on the back because I'm cutting out the large snowflake, and I don't want the hassle of, using a fine tip glue pen to glue it down. So I've just put a multi-purpose adhesive sheet on the back. At time of recording these, they were sold out, but I'm hoping by the time this is published, they will have some back in stock. It's also your last chance to get your hands on these lovely snowflake trinkets. There are 20 in a box in 2 designs, so there are 10 of each. And in the middle there is a rhinestone, which is really, really pretty. We're not going to be using these today. Again, they won't be available anymore after the 30th of November. For the inside of the card, there's a piece of whisper white cut at 3 3/4 inches by 5 1/2 inches. In metric, that's 9.5 centimeters by 14 centimeters. Smoky slate and blushing bride inks. The frosted and clear epoxy droplets. The stamp apparatus and your big shot. And cutting plates. A magnetic platform if you have one, but it's not essential. As I have a magnetic platform, I'm going to use my magnetic platform because it will keep my dies in place better. Here's your sandwich, the magnetic platform, base cutting plate, cutting edge, face up. So I'll place my dies on the magnetic platform, take my flocked piece of cardstock and place it on top. Make sure that none of the die is showing. That way I'm sure that it's covering it. For the open flower, I'm using blushing bride, and for the more detailed flower, I'm using smoky slate. Pop my top cutting plate on, and now I'm ready to run it through the big shot. So I'll do that off camera and I'll be back. So here are my die cut pieces. To get the detailed die cut from this, be very careful because it's quite delicate. So you'll need to use a pokey tool to release the die cut from the die, and if it's stuck in the grooves, you might have to tease it out gently from the inside like this, say that's in there, you'll have to sort of like tease it out like that. With this velveteen snowflake, if with any luck, when you pull it apart, the bits that you don't want will be left stuck on there. Now I'm not going to throw this away because I might be able to use it for smaller snowflakes. Adhere this to my card front. Flip it over and give it a good rub on the other side to make sure it's all down. Now I'm going to use my tool to just scrape off a bit of the flocking in the middle here. Make sure you don't do it too hard or tear the paper underneath. I think it might be better if I use this end of the tool. And that's just to scrape off the flocking so that the dimensional will stick to it a little bit better. Dust that off. Grab a dimensional and pop it in the middle there. Put this flower on top. Turn this tool back the other way and grab a glue dot. Now I'm going to roll this to make it a bit smaller, because I've only got a very small surface to put that on. And then pop that on top. Now I want to stamp directly onto the card here, and this is the beauty about the Stamparatus being open-ended like that, because then I can put my cardstock in there, secure it with the magnet, ink it up with the smoky slate ink. I've already set up my sentiment, and stamp. I want that a bit darker, so I'll ink it up again and stamp as many times as I want to, and it will still land on the exact same spot so long as I don't move my paper and keep it in the same position. Grab one of these epoxy dots and pop it in the middle. We're ready to do the inside. I've got a sponge piece here in my Stamparatus, so I'm just going to use stamp on top of my Stamparatus. Bring back the smoky slate ink, and I'm going to stamp this image with smoky slate right in the corner here. And one up there. Switch to Blushing Bride. I put Tombow glue on the back and then glued this to the inside of the card. I forgot to press record. Before I go, I'll show you the other card I made using the Snow is Glistening set. I'm not going to show you how to make that card, but it's a little bit different. I use sort of vellum cardstock and an embossing folder and stamped that in Memento black ink and made use of the black cord and black foil paper. So that's my project for today, and also your last call and last opportunity to get this before it's no longer available. The sale finishes on the 30th of November, and let me know which colour you like it best in. Do you like it in sea foam, the soft sea foam, or the basic, the smoky slate? Thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon. Bye!